Okay, well, let's get started. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Morning, ma'am.
How are you today? Is everything cool?
Doing all right, thank you.
Yes,
Good.
Fine.
Thank you. All right, so today we are going to learn about the second topic. The second topic, if you consult or you refer to your course outline, today is teaching vocabulary. So in pre-activity, you have already done about the quizzes. How far you can go? How many correct answers do you get?
All correct.
All correct, good. Others?
4 out of 8. No.
Sorry? How many correct answers?
6 correct answers.
6. Others?
5, ma'am.
5, okay, right. That's okay. Others?
8, ma'am.
8, okay. Anyone of you below 5? You don't want to admit it. Okay. Well, so let's discuss anyway before we start the presentations. I want to discuss it with you. Okay. Wait a minute. So it is quizzes. Okay, can you see this? So let's discuss it together.
Yes,
Number 1, what is the word class of the word gorgeous?
Adjective.
Cool.
Adjective.
Yes, good. Second one, what is the word class of the word decision?
Beautify.
Noun.
Number 2.
Noun.
Noun. Okay, good.
Now,
So what is the verb form from the word beauty?
Beautify.
Beautify. Cool. So you didn't answer beautifies or beautifications. Okay. Number 4, what is the noun form of the
Fame.
word famous?
Fame.
Fame. Okay,
Fame.
good. So she is being famed today. You can say fame. Okay. Number 5,
Attempt.
10.
attempt. Good. And the 4 mean attempt. Number 6,
Well.
Well,
wow.
okay, well paid. Yeah, well paid. What about Indonesian teachers?
Low.
Under.
Under, yeah. Underpaid. Okay, don't be sad. Your payment later in the hereafter. Okay. So number 7,
Mate.
Made.
mate. Yeah, good. Number 8,
British.
British.
British. What is the American one?
Biscuit.
Biscuit. Yes. What about lorry?
Train.
British.
British. What is the American one?
British.
Train.
Rain.
Okay. It is British. What is the American one?
Kereta api kan, Ma'am?
truck.
No, lorry. Lorry is
British.
lorry is British.
Truck.
The American is truck. Okay, truck.
Oh,
If you watch Ipin Upin, so they will say lorry instead of truck. Number 10, the last one. Salient means
Important.
important. Wow, cool. Very cool. So now let's move into our presentations. Masih ada yang baru masuk? Yeah, okay. So our topic today is about teaching vocabulary. It is a warming up. It was a warming up activity before we come to our main materials. The keys of our material today is attached in your LMS. It is material. The PDF. You can come into page 200 and sorry. Saya bikin tidak ini aja ya. 288. Nanti bisa dibaca sendiri ya, sementara kita baca bersama dulu. So, Chapter 19 is about teaching and learning vocabulary for second language learners. It is written by Cheryl Port Zimmerman. Nanti kalau ada skripsi tentang vocabulary, you can refer to this book. The key questions: what does it mean to know a word? What do you think is the most challenging about vocabulary teaching and learning? How would you go about selecting the word that you should teach? Okay. First of all, before we come to the gist of our material today, can you please share your experience? How did you learn English vocabulary? Yes, anyone wants to share his or her experience learning English vocabulary previously? Maybe when you were in high school or elementary school or outside the schools, maybe. How did you learn vocabulary? Yes, anyone? No one?
Me, ma'am.
Yes,
Me.
okay, go on.
When I was at elementary,
Go on.
learning vocabulary through see image.
Pictures.
Yes, picture from the teacher.
Okay, so your teacher taught you using pictures.
Yes.
Nice, it is direct method ya. Ini pembelajarannya sepertinya direct method. Okay. And then? That's it, Mas Umar?
Yes. Just...
Okay. Direct method. So Mas Umar was taught using direct method, using pictures. Others? Any one of you? Shanilda? Yes.
For me, I memorized it when I was in Kampung Inggris, and every week I was tested.
Huh? You were tested?
I memorized the vocabulary when I was in Kampung Inggris, and every week I was tested.
Oh, all right. So you memorized bunch of words.
Yeah.
And at the end of the week, you were tested by the tutor, gitu ya? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Well, how was about the retentions, Mbak Shanilda?
Sorry, ma'am?
How was about the retention? Apakah yang dihafal tadi lalu diteskan itu bertahan lama?
For me, yeah.
All the words?
Not all the words, but I can say that 70%.
Okay, good. Thank you for sharing, Mbak Shanilda and Umar. Umar. So now let's discuss about this one. Here is the letter from Theo. Theo wrote a letter to her teacher. Hi, dear teacher. I'm writing this in the intermission between class to tell you of my extolment for your class. Your group work rouses a deep sense of admiration and joy within me. I enjoy every step of the work in your class. It comes without speaking that your class is the best. I don't know how to give vent to my feelings. You help me with the difficultness of English. I know other guys and I suggest them to take your class. I'm so much happy to be a student of a sagely teacher such as you and getting your advices. Your help is beyond valuability. Bye for now, Theo. Begitu ya, ingat. Ini nanti akan kita bahas, the bolded word. Katanya di cetak tebal akan kita bahas. What does it mean to know a word? Apa sih maksudnya? Maknanya mengetahui sebuah kata itu. Anda dibilang tahu sebuah kata itu ketika apa? What is it about the word used in Theo's expressive letter that doesn't sound quite right even though we understand its message? Anda secara garis besar paham tadi ya. Secara garis besar si Theo itu apa? Berterima kasih karena kelas gurunya was great, gitu ya. It appears that he knows enough about the word to communicate. Sepertinya si Theo ini tahu tentang kata yang dia gunakan untuk berkomunikasi, but Ada di sini there are gaps in his word knowledge. Tapi ternyata ada gap. What is gap?
Jarak.
Tapi di sini apa kekurangan gitu. Ada suatu hal yang kurang begitu in his word knowledge, dalam pengetahuannya tentang kata ternyata ada yang kurang. Apa itu? For example, to know a word. Sebentar dia masuk. To know a word means to know a considerable amount of its meaning. Theo used the word intermission. Anda tadi di atas baca intermission. Anda tahu kata intermission itu biasanya apa? Saat di apa? Pernah tahu kata intermission?
Enggak.
Masa?
Nggak pernah.
Ketika apa? Ada yang pernah tahu?
Acara TV, Mem. Acara TV.
Good thing. Biasanya Anda when you watch a movie and then
Nonton
there's
TV,
intermissions. What does it mean? Intermissions. What does it mean?
Break ya.
It's like a pause.
Break.
Break.
Ya, break.
Apa ya? Ada iklan gitu ya, intermission, begitu iklan namanya break. Tapi Theo menggunakan kata word intermission, padahal maksudnya dia benar, maksudnya mungkin break ini tadi ya. I'm writing this in the intermission between classes. Nah, intermission between class di sela-sela kelas begitu. Tapi dia menggunakan kata intermissions, gitu ya. A short period of time between the parts of play, film, concert, etc. Tepat atau tidak penggunaan kata intermission? Tepat atau tidak? Tidak. Itu. Karena intermission itu maknanya break, tapi digunakan untuk apa? Play,
Untuk
film, concert, dan sebagainya, yaitu show begitu ya. Tapi Theo menggunakan intermissions to apply to the break between classes. Lalu kata selanjutnya adalah he knows the literal meaning of to give vent to his feeling. Di mana tadi ya? To give vent to his feeling. Ini. I don't know how to give vent to my feelings. You know the word vent? Vent itu apa? Express begitu ya. To give vent to his feeling. Padahal apa? But Theo misses the subtle distinction that vent is usually used with negative feelings. Padahal seharusnya vent itu digunakan dengan negative feelings. Kalau di sini konteksnya negatif atau positif?
Positif.
Positif. Jadi ini, I don't know how to give vent to my feeling. I don't know how to express my feelings. Begitu ya. Harusnya bukan vent yang digunakan karena asosiasi vent itu dengan negative meanings, negative feelings, gitu ya. In addition, to know a word, mengetahui sebuah kata atau frase means to know its collocations. Have you heard this term before? Collocation? Anda sudah tahu kalau di vocabulary, kalau kita belajar vocabulary itu ada istilah atau terminologi bernama collocation. Collocation apa? Ada yang tahu?
Pernah dengar sih, Mam.
Pernah dengar ya? Oke, good. Setidaknya pernah dengar. Collocation itu word that go together with another word. A group atau a word that go together with a word. Gitu ya. Oke. Or how it is used in combination with other words. For example, although every step of the way is a recognizable collocation. Harusnya collocations yang benar adalah every step of the way, bukan every step of the word. Di sini tadi si Theo menggunakan every step of the word. Yang tepat collocation-nya adalah every step of the way. Okay? The next one. While we understand the meaning of it comes without speaking, we are accustomed to the formulaic expression it goes without saying. Jadi collocation yang benar adalah it goes without saying, bukan it comes without speaking. Apa ya? Collocation itu kata atau frase umum yang biasa digunakan gitu. Kalau it comes without speaking itu tidak formulasi ini tidak umum digunakan gitu. Lalu selanjutnya knowing a word also means to know its grammatical functions. Berarti juga tahu fungsi gramatikalnya ya, seperti kata suggest. Suggest is transitive verb. Transitive mana tadi? Ini. I suggest them. Berarti kurang apa? Kalau transitif, berarti membutuhkan apa? Membutuhkan? What is transitive? Membutuhkan objek begitu ya, harusnya I suggest something to someone begitu. I suggest ini, tapi I suggest them gitu. Lalu advice is uncountable noun. Advice harusnya apa? Di sini Theo menulisnya such a you and getting your advices. Yang benar adalah advice karena dia uncountable noun begitu. Lalu word parts juga, kalau Anda mengetahui sebuah kata berarti Anda tahu word parts-nya, seperti difficulty rather than difficultness. Ada tidak difficultness?
Gak ada, Mem.
Gak ada ya, yang ada difficulty. And value rather than valuability. Jadi valuability itu tidak umum ya, yang umum adalah noun-nya adalah value. Adanya valuable kalau menjadikan adjective ya. Finally, knowing a word means to know its register or level of formality. Di sini extolment is noun, meaning enthusiastic praise and admirations, but it is very formal and infrequently used. Theo also used several other very formal terms such as rouses a deep sense of admiration and joy, along with some very informal ones. Guys, bye for now. Penggunaan kata guys, mana tadi? Tadi ada ya. Menggunakan kata guys, lalu bye for now itu kan untuk bye for now untuk informal ya, biasanya sama teman sejawat begitu ya. Itu. Lalu kemudian this letter demonstrates the enormity of word learning tasks. There are many words to know and many details to be known about each word. Nation shed light on the word learning task, suggesting that word knowledge includes the mastery of the words. Jadi kalau Anda belajar vocabulary, harusnya belajar juga meanings-nya, digunakan dalam konteks apa. Written form, bagaimana penulisannya, lalu spoken form. What does it sound like? How is it pronounced? Pronunciation juga. Grammatical behavior. Ini konklusinya ya. Lalu collocations, register. Anda sepertinya belajar di sosiolinguistik ya tentang register. Lalu association, asosiasinya dengan apa? Lalu frequency juga. Is this word common? Umum digunakan tidak? Is it rare? Jangan-jangan jarang. The old-fashioned itu sudah kuno begitu. Nah, jadi this knowledge about the aspect of each word is referred to vocabulary depth, kedalaman vocabulary, and also vocabulary breadth, keluasan vocabulary. Lalu kita langsung ke sini. Ini ya. Jadi konklusinya tadi apa? Masih ingat? What does it mean to know a word? It means you know grammatical function, collocations, register, lalu apa lagi? Associations, frequency, begitu ya. Itu. Nah, historical look at vocabulary instructions. Tadi saya tanya ke beberapa dari Anda, lalu beberapa Anda menjawab. Pengajaran vocabulary, sejarahnya pertama seperti yang kita bahas di pembahasan sebelumnya, yaitu grammar translation approach. Lebih ke grammar translation approach. Kemarin masih ingat ya, grammar translation approach itu fokusnya ke apa? The primary goals of this approach were to prepare students to study the classic and to pass standardized exams. Seperti Anda U1 itu kan very grammar translation approach ya. Anda harus mengetahui misalkan tenses, lalu Anda diujikan dalam U1 begitu. Lalu reform approach. In reaction to grammar translation, the purpose of this reform approach, a primarily British movement, was the development of phonetic training or oral language fluency. Masih ingat ya phonetic training kemarin? Yang cat, bat itu reform approach, salah satunya phonetic training. Lalu direct method tadi Umar tadi menyampaikan he thought using pictures, so it is likely direct method. Jadi itu direct method. Reading approach juga. Reading approach itu lebih, misalkan Anda diberi teks panjang, misalkan beberapa kata begitu, lalu ada bank kata di situ, vocabulary bank, apa saja begitu ya, itu reading approach. Lalu audiolingualism, emphasize on oral and aural skills and focus on syntax and language structure, itu yang audiolingualism. CLT, this term encompasses many differing methods, but the uniting feature it is the belief that language is meant for communications. Jadi ketika tahu satu kata, dia digunakan untuk berkomunikasi. So it is much more CLT. Lalu ada changes in conceptual teaching word. Ada perubahan dalam pendekatan pengajaran kata atau vocabulary. Apa saja conceptual underpinningsnya apa? Teori konsepnya apa? Yaitu pertama intentional and incidental learning. Apa yang disebut dengan intentional? Word learning involves both intentional learning. The focus study of words also refer to explicit learning. Explicit learning, misalkan tadi Mas Umar katanya diberikan pictures begitu ya, misalkan pictures atau realia, misalkan picturesnya bergambar kura-kura, turtle, repeat after me, turtle begitu ya, orange, itu eksplisit banget. Nah, lalu selain intentional learning ada juga konsep yang disebut dengan incidental learning. Incidental itu artinya apa? Incidental, tidak sengaja. Maksudnya tidak sengaja apa? As when words are picked up while one's attention is focused on language use. Nah, pergeseran pengajaran vocabulary itu dari eksplisit ke incidental learning. Coba di mute. Punya siapa itu? Halo.
Dani. Dan.
Mungkin ditinggal ya. Oke, incidental learning, dari katanya kita bisa tebak bahwa fokusnya bukan ke vocabulary, tapi fokusnya pada apa? Pada language use. Jadi misalkan tadi kan di aktivitas sebelumnya Anda diberi pertanyaan gini, what is the word class of the word gorgeous? Itu langsung eksplisit kan? Misalkan ada konteks kalimatnya, itu fokusnya pada apa? Pada language use. Konteks kalimatnya apa? Vocabulary-nya digunakannya bagaimana? Nah, pembelajaran vocab itu ada intentional learning, ada incidental learning. Current teaching method favor meaning-based approach. Yang terakhir-terakhir ini, yang digunakan adalah meaning based. Maknanya apa? Lebih kepada makna. Believing that language features are acquired through use rather than only through direct instructions. Karena kepercayaannya ada, percaya bahwa language features, fitur berbahasa itu didapatkan melalui apa? Melalui penggunaan, bukan melalui direct instructions. Nevertheless, tapi walaupun begitu, research suggests that some features are best acquired accidentally. Tapi beberapa fitur itu bagus kalau didapatkan oleh mahasiswa atau siswa atau pembelajar itu secara incidental. Tetapi ada juga manfaat dari explicit treatment. Seperti Nation suggests that form, collocation, and word class are best picked up incidentally. Jadi Nation percaya bahwa pembelajaran collocations, word class itu apa? Part of speech itu loh ya. Dan juga form, collocation, word class itu diajarkan melalui cara incidental. Incidental berarti tidak satu-satu, tidak satu, a book, a pen, a pencil begitu tidak, tapi diberikan konteks penggunaannya. I bought 2 books this morning because I wanted to go to school. Diberi konteksnya. Oke, gitu. While aspects of meanings, tapi kalau aspek meanings, register and other constraint on use are best learned through explicit instructions. Si Nation itu percaya bahwa begitu. Kalau Smith sees a broader role for intentional learning, suggesting that many features of vocabulary require explicit attention because learners often don't notice the features of use when their attention is focused on the message. Tapi ada juga yang menentang. Smith berkata kalau a broader role for intentional learning itu tidak terlalu berfungsi, justru explicit attentions. Jadi sebaiknya apa? Sebaiknya bisa dikombinasikan ya, dikombinasikan antara intentional learning dan incidental learning. For you, which one do you prefer? Is it intentional learning or is incidental learning? Which one do you prefer? Intentional or incidental? Yes?
Intentional.
Intentional, yeah. Alright, interesting. It is intentional. Oke, itu perdebatannya. Nah, ini nanti Anda secara lengkap bisa membaca sendiri ya. This aspect of word knowledge can be disruptive. A learner's intended meaning and accuracy. Effective vocabulary instruction can address the incremental nature of word learning by included the following. Nah, cara memaksimalkan vocabulary teaching itu bisa dilakukan dengan pertama, repetitions. Menarik ini. Repetition word learning is dependent on repeated exposure. Jadi pembelajar itu diberikan repetisi pengajarannya. Misalkan kata buku digunakan dalam konteks A, dan digunakan juga di konteks B. Misalkan, I bought 2 books this morning because I wanted to go to school. My book left at school yesterday. Misalkan begitu ya. Jadi diberi konteks penggunaan itu berkali-kali. Jadi itu repeated. So it is repetitions. Lalu yang menarik selanjutnya adalah spaced repetition. Mengulangnya bagaimana? It is not only the number of times. Jadi tidak melulu, tidak hanya tinggal 10 menit ya, tidak hanya diulang-ulang saja, tapi juga diberikan jarak, space repetitions ya, diberikan jarak. Misalkan ini, so rather than studying a word for 15 minutes period, learner should try it for 3 minutes initially, then for 3 minutes a few hours later, then for 3 minutes the next day, then for 3 minutes 2 days later. Jadi diberi space, tidak hanya diulang-ulang terus, tapi diberi space, begitu ya. Opportunities to focus on both meaning and form. Diberi kesempatan untuk fokus pada meaning dan juga form. Form itu bentuk. Lalu engagement itu apa? Engagement adalah mengajak siswa atau pembelajar itu untuk terlibat. Engagementnya dalam bentuk apa? Misalkan interactions, salah satunya apa? Engagementnya dalam bentuk who use target words in a writing task remembered them better than those who saw them only in reading task. Jadi diminta siswa itu menuliskan juga bisa daripada sekedar membaca. Jadi tidak hanya membaca tapi juga dalam bentuk latihan menulis. Itu ya, biasanya kalau menulis itu kan berpikirnya lebih lama ya. Lalu Anda memproduksi kata melalui menulis, jadi itu lebih retention-nya lebih lama. Retention itu apa ya? Vocabulary itu lama bertahan dalam otak Anda sehingga Anda ingat. Sehingga diingat lalu digunakan. Sebentar saya agak cepat-cepat ya, tinggal 8 menit. Interactions and negotiations. Dan juga tidak hanya digunakan dalam writing, ternyata digunakan dalam interactions dan negotiation itu juga bertahan. Seperti Newton reports that the word that learners acquired were the ones they use most frequently in interactions. Ternyata yang bisa bertahan lama adalah kata yang digunakan dalam interaksi. For the words that learners saw only on worksheet and didn't use in interaction, there was no improvement. Dibandingkan kalau si pembelajar hanya melihatnya dalam latihan-latihan ataupun juga tidak digunakan dalam interactions, there was no improvement. Begitu kata si Newton. Itu ya. Oke, sampai di situ materi kita hari ini untuk vocabulary. Anda nanti bisa membaca ulang. Teman-teman, ini saya berikan bukunya utuh ya. Bukunya utuh itu semua materi TOEFL ada di sini, tapi fokus kita hari ini ke vocabulary. Teaching vocabulary akan ada 3 sesi. Sekarang sesi pertama, nanti selanjutnya akan kita lanjutkan pada sesi berikutnya. Itu ya yang kita pelajari hari ini. What does it mean to know a word? Tadi apa yang dimaksud belajar kata, mengetahui kata itu apa? Ketika Anda tahu grammar functions, ketika Anda tahu apa? Collocations dan juga derivations dan struktur katanya itu ya meanings gitu, registers gitu. Lalu bagaimana agar pembelajaran vocabulary itu bisa dimaksimalkan, bisa melalui repetition, tapi tidak hanya repetition tapi juga diberikan space begitu. Lalu kemudian opportunities to focus on both meaning and form, engagement, terakhir adalah interactions and negotiations. Okay, that's all. Any questions?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sure.
Does this apply to slang also?
Slang, yes.
Yeah, like what's that? Like the repetition and stuff, like the one you mentioned earlier. Does that applies to slang also?
I think yes, because our topic is teaching vocabulary to second language learners. So as far as the slang word is a second language, I think it also applies to slang word if someone wants to learn about slang. So I think this theory is also applicable for slang learning. Is that answering your questions?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
good. Thank you. Is that it? Yep. Okay, good. After this, don't forget first, you need to do activity 1 and activity 2. Basically, it trains your vocabulary. It also assess your vocabulary. It is take it as a challenge. Saya kira tidak sulit ya. Yang activity 1, it is dictionary training. Anda bisa membuka dictionary. Either it is printed or online one. You can consult to your dictionary. The second one, activity 2 is derivations. Derivations itu kata turunan. Tadi di exercise pre-activity sudah saya singgung. Kalau cantik, beautiful. Mempercantik menjadi beautify. Kalau decide itu verb, noun-nya menjadi decisions begitu. Jadi itu dinamakan kata turunan. Nanti Anda bisa mengidentifikasi, kalau akhirnya Sion, T-I-O-N atau Sion begitu, berarti dia noun. Kalau akhirnya cenderung ous, dangerous, famous, itu biasanya adjective. Nanti Anda bisa exercise-nya di situ. Pertama adalah dictionary training, yang kedua adalah derivations, kata turunan begitu. Jadi it trains your vocabulary actually. So this is teaching vocabulary topic for day 1 and day 2, day 3. Later we're going to discuss in the next meeting. And also don't forget to checklist your attendance through Info KHS. Sudah saya set ya sampai 11.10 harusnya, tapi saya lebihkan 10 menit setelah itu. Anything to discuss?
Kita mengerjakan latihannya itu gitu atau gimana?
Dikerjakan di Word saja, teman-teman. Nanti saya lupa belum memberikan submission link ya. Nanti saya berikan submission link. Next meeting kita bahas bersama secara cepat seperti tadi yang pre-activity, sekedar untuk rehearse your work begitu. Lalu yang terakhir ada post-activity, ada reflections, merefleksikan what did you learn from today's material. That's it. Begitu?
Ma'am, untuk yang LMS-nya error, di-submit di mana?
Nanti saya berikan linknya diberikan ke temannya aja ya. Seperti yang kuisis tadi.
Iya, ma'am.
Okay. Errornya kenapa ya?
Nggak tahu, ma'am, soalnya beberapa mahasiswa sama-sama error.
Okay. You can maybe, if it is a technical issue, I cannot help with that. You can consult to Pak Prihadi, maybe, yeah. Yeah, okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your active participations, everyone. See you next meeting, inshallah, on Wednesday or hari apa ya? Thursday ya? If not Wednesday, Thursday. Okay, thank you. Thursday, see you on Thursday, inshallah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.